Hello, hello. I look like crap. I just made a video. I just put Speak Bible 1 because, and I'm using this other phone, and this don't show how much time you have, but it might cut off. It's an older phone. One tells you how much time you have, the other one don't. So if this don't work, I'll just delete it. I hope you're all doing fine. I hope I don't bore you, but I just like to tell you about a little bit what I go through or what I went through and everything. And I was talking about the books in the Bible that aren't there. Jewish people, supposed Christian people, like Jehovah Witness and the Torah, the first 5 books and things like that. And I did, was talking about the Noah thing, how God chose people and how they followed him and things like this. And I was wondering if I still didn't get the answer, but if I believe that Noah, okay, his grandfather was before him, okay, Methuselah, okay. So he was the oldest man, 969 years, I believe it said. But the thing was, I think his grandfather was only alive for a little bit of the time, and don't quote me on that, but a little bit of the time right before, I think his grandfather died. He may not have been one of the last people to die. He may have been one of the last people to die before the flood. And you can click and find out, more. I don't know if I'm right or not, but I believe, because they lived so much longer, I think his grandfather was there just for a little while. So look at, since Noah was born in the 10th generation, people typically lived 800 and 900 years, Noah could have had some pretty old family members visit at family reunions. Everyone was pretty closely related. It must have burdened Noah to see so many relatives rejecting the God who had created them only a few generations ago. Oh, I think his grandfather was there for a little while. In fact, but 930. In fact, Adam, since he lived to be 930, almost lived long enough to meet Noah. Adam was alive when Noah's father was born. So it's possible that they knew each other. Okay, so see, watch. Although Noah's great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, that's just weird, was still around when Noah was young, his great-grandfather Enoch was already gone, but not dead. The Bible says that God took him in Genesis 5, and then he walked with God. Hebrew 11:5 says he did not see death. He was taken. Okay, so even further, when you look it up, there was 2 Enochs. Okay, there was one supposed on the godly side and one not. Now, the book of Enoch that's missing, how do you know who it was referring to? Which Enoch? There was 2. There was 2 Enochs. I don't know. I get really pumped up about this. Check it out, though. There was 2 Enochs. If I could type it in real quick. Just type it in. There was 2 Enochs. So how do you know how do I know it was supposed to go in the Bible? The book of Enoch that was missing. Just type it. There was 2 Enochs. There you go. So let's see. 2 Enochs in Genesis. Let's see. What should we look up? 2 Enochs in the Bible. Why don't we do that? Well, it could have went to either one of them. Okay, there are 2 Enochs in the Bible. The first we meet in Genesis 4. Okay. Believe me, I'm no pro. I don't know nothing. It's what I was falling into along. There are 2 Enochs in the Bible. The first we meet in Genesis 4:17 and 18, where he's the son of Cain, for whom Cain built a city and named the city. The second is different man altogether, and he is subject of our study. Let's see. He was the seventh from Adam. Jude 14. Genesis 5 it says. Adam, Seth, Enos, Canaan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch. So there's two different sides. Because the devil mocks God. The people from Cain, they named their kids exactly like almost the same as from God. So, but that's how they want to put the serpent seed doctrine into it, because they're doing it like a literal line, but a lot of us see it spiritually. So that's where our whole problem's going to come between each other. Some people see it spiritual and some people see it literal. But you go look up, and should you take the Bible literal, spiritual, this or that, there is a whole bunch of different places where you should take it literal at one point, spiritual. And then you're just going to get into a whole big argument because they think you should take the Bible literal. People have just... Like, how can you say it? Like, to me, I would say... I was trying to light my cigarette with the candle. Isn't that great? I smoke. I don't know. It gets all confusing, but there are two Enochs. I guess that's just the point. So, it's very interesting. So it brings you to the point. Should the book of Enoch have been put into the Bible, the canon, 66 books? I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just going off my mind that hardly works. How do we know if it should have been on there? How do we know which Enoch that was? There you go. That's my point of it all. Thank you very much for listening. I could talk all day. Maybe I'll just end it here and do another one. But there's certain things that have happened in my life that I really wish to explain it. Wished with the ED. But I couldn't. I didn't quite comprehend what was going on to me in my life and what was happening. And believe me, during the time it was happening, it was such a weird, scary feeling, because it was not everybody was on the same page, and there was these text messages coming through my phone, which I've never talked to my dad really in person. He don't do that. So when it comes through and you're reading it, you're fearful, you're scared, you're like, oh my God, it was like almost like he was from the devil. Like spiritually. That's what I mean. But he made it sound literally like I am from Cain. Okay, because he's going by the bloodline. But when I was studying the way he would think in my mind, as the information was coming through, he was giving me, it was leading to a very, very bad place. That's all I felt in my heart. I think he was being led down the wrong path, which then I'm just like, well, hey, let's get together and talk about it, figure it out. But he won't. And that's why I'm angry about it. But you know what? It's his choice. He can do what he wants. Hopefully he knows in his heart that I love him, but it doesn't seem like he wants that. It's just weird. It's just weird. Maybe God don't want it. I don't know. That's where it all comes down to now. Maybe God's not allowing it to happen. Maybe he thinks it's not good for me, which I feel in my heart it hasn't been. So why would I want something that isn't good for me in my life when, it isn't good for me? I don't know. There's a lot of things. I'm surprised the phone's holding, but I feel it's holding for a reason. I feel it's holding for a reason. I mean, before I tried to do a video, it only lasted a minute, and now it's... But, there's programs running in the background or whatever. So... But anyway, maybe I'll just do another video after that. I wish I could show you what I saw and the path that it led. But just go look it up. There's two different Enochs. You probably already know. So which one should have been put into our Bible? And then put it this way. I think what everybody does is they just say, well, screw the Bible. Just screw all the Bibles. I'm just going to live my own way. I'm going to believe what I want and live my own way. Maybe some of them want to even start their own church. I don't know. Should we even call it church? Did they call it the church back then? I'll have to look that up. I don't know, but see what happens. See what happens where it leads your brain, where you don't even know what to call anything anymore and everything else, and then you just give up. Because it's very overwhelming. And we get to those points in our life, and we're not supposed to give up. Even when we're not even talking about the Bible, they say, keep pressing, keep going, keep this, keep that, amongst us people here on earth. That's what we tell each other. Okay, so fine, Steph. Keep pressing, keep moving on with the Bible thing. Keep looking into it spiritually too. I mean, but I'm not really saying it right. Meaning I didn't say it how I wanted just now. Oh well. I'm going to shut it off and hear myself a little bit. That might sound really egotistic, but I just am going to shut it off and hear it. And then see. I hope I didn't offend nobody or bother anybody. It's just what I've been through. And just things that I think that I see. Which, I could clearly be wrong. So, it's just different thoughts and everything else. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the likes and subscriptions and everything else. I am nobody. I'm not perfect. I don't even want to be. So, there was something I said in the other video and I can't remember. I wanted to correct who we follow. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, okay, bye. Love you. Bye.